on Reggae. Sounds so fat that it sounds like I'm echoing. Roger, what's going on your end?
Well, pretty much enjoying life,
Well,
Yeah.
it's a good place to be, man.
Yes,
Good place to
man.
be. And of course, lots and lots of things happening in the wonderful world of sports. But before we get there, just to let our listeners know, the program is brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370. And of course, the numbers to call us are 974-5043, 974-5051, 974-5079, 618-0352. The toll-free line is 888-991-4152, and the WhatsApp line is 876-838-2405. Remember, you can share with us on the WhatsApp line, and we also accept your voice notes. We play them as we go along throughout the program. You can also join us via Zoom. The meeting ID is 824-8919-3303. And the password is 666-266. Well, the J3 has had an engaging press conference today, Raja.
Yes.
Yeah. The big
It was
ticket item, turkey.
yes, and the financial inducements for Jamaica's elite athletes. What was intended to be just about the national championships
Right.
turned out to be all about
Turkey.
the discussion around the financial inducements for our athletes.
I noticed
switch
the
allegiance.
president initially said that anybody with any questions outside of what is to the main topic, the national championship, should put them in writing.
No, that never go work.
That was a cop.
Nice try, but that never go work. Nice try.
I'm saying everybody
that was
coming,
gonna work.
yeah, everybody coming to the press conference to hear about.
Yeah, man.
that's
And
it.
kudos to our colleagues. We said no, that couldn't work.
Yeah, they insisted that the question should be answered. I don't know where the president was going about sending in writing. Oh,
That could work.
oh, could that make any sense? Come
Yeah.
on. Yeah. I mean, I like what the J3 is just powerful and strong and just upfront and just take on the issues and talk about
Yes.
them. Because there's nothing to hide.
Nothing at all.
Nothing to hide. I mean, they can't do anything about it. And try as they may, they will never satisfy Jamaican athletes, especially if we compare what they can get from other countries. But we will
Yes.
still continue to produce top-class athletes, and we can probably put them on the
Certainly.
conveyor belt, and so we
Certainly.
produce them, somebody come for them.
I mean, because when you look at when you look at the second tier right now, I mean, we had an NCAA winner in the discus.
Yes.
We have the world leader in triple jump. We have the world indoor champion in the long jump. So
So there is more.
There will always be that nursery.
Yeah, so there is
you know?
more in the coffers for people to want to come for. So, I mean,
And not that we are dismissing concerns, because they are genuine concerns.
yes.
Genuine, as we will be hearing tonight.
Although sometimes, you know,
The other side.
yeah, sometimes to me, though, in a Roger, it has always been argued by athletes that the local governing body, government, not doing enough for athletes. And I am still yet to hear specifically what is it that they are not doing enough of.
Well, guess what? I don't know if we're gonna be playing it, but we have something from Rajendra Campbell,
Why not let
courtesy
us
of
hear
the
it
coach's
right now?
desk.
Why not let us hear it right now?
Courtesy of the coach, and he gave specifics.
Yeah, let us hear it then. You have it with you.
No, I think we'll have to play.
All right, so we'll have the producer bring it up, and we'll hear what Rajendra Campbell has to say. You have it ready there, Wade? All right, so as soon as we
148.
yeah, I've seen it, but I'm not
Yeah,
able to play it from here. So you have it? It's in 148. Play it from the yeah. All right, so we'll have it shortly. Wade is going to bring it up and then we'll hear it. But yeah, what I've been saying that we have not been hearing specifics. I remember when the thing came up recently with Asafa Paul, and he's saying that he doesn't have this and he doesn't have that. And they're not getting this and they're not getting that. But specifically, what is it that the athletes want? I'm sure there are quite a number of things that they'd want. But just to speak in vague terms, I don't think that helped the situation. All right, so I'm expecting that Wade will have that in very short order.
Right.
And I see where the president, as soon as you're ready, Wade, just go. I see where the president is saying that they're going to be lobbying World Athletics to,
Yeah, a formal complaint, basically, yeah.
Yeah, to mitigate against this. But really, what is it that they're going to lobby for? Because for sure, they can't lobby against athletes switching allegiance.
No, certainly.
What they can lobby for is to increase the length of the eligibility status, probably making it more than 3 years and make it more difficult for athletes to want to switch from one. So Wade is ready? All right, let us hear Rajendra Campbell.
There's a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of it. I believe that someone mentioned that there should be a transfer fee for athletes. I disagree with it because at the end of the day, the money doesn't go back to the athletes. I did understand that every time we compete a medal, the JAAAs get a paycheck. All right?
Really?
That money, it's in the contract. It's a part of the contract. And why people are outraged about what we are doing and the sacrifice that we have took, they fail to understand that in 2023, I had an offer to leave.
CM Turkey?
I decided I was patriot and I stayed.
Okay.
Later turn on and bite me big time. So it's like, it's not a situation where I didn't try. I tried. I called, I emailed, and at the same time, I don't believe that they really understand that it is challenging, one, for track and field. We are not sprinters, so obviously, and as I can see, I am still unsponsored. The Adidas contract that the JAAAs refused to sign, that made track and field Jamaica 100 times better than where we are now. There were bonuses that benefit the athlete, not the federation. There were certain things I wouldn't have control over because it would be directed to the athlete based on my understanding. And they went against that. So in my eyes, I don't care about us. Somebody decides, it's time to start, literally start the year with the mindset of, this year I'm doing it for me. And as a result, you see that decision I have to make. The guy Edley also said that I received funding from the JAAAs in May of, I think it was 2024. After I call, they said they were going to offer funding. I said, all right, cool. They gave me $500 and something February while I was in Madrid. I tried to come in. I was grateful. And I said, all right, if this is consistent, I can make it work a little bit. All right?
Yeah.
March. It came in March. April, nothing. May, nothing. June, nothing. So, all right, cool. I went to, when I was in Stuttgart at the training facility, I went to Mr. Watts and I showed him my bank account and said, sir, I am down bad. I need some help. He gave me $700. All right? All the stipend that we got for being at the training camp went back into my bills. All right? So what they didn't understand is like, yes, he make it seem like at the end of the day, when we are training, this is John to represent Jamaica, and this is to the sport.
Yeah.
So why you guys upset what I should do with my talent? Like, and they'll address the fact they say, we benefit from the system. Most of the athletes that you can say benefit from the system are the ones still in Jamaica. Everybody that take the opportunity to leave and come over here and make something of themselves. One is a chance they come to school, they can get injured. If they got injured in 2022, I was injured, I couldn't throw. Nobody would have heard about me. It's not like they're making an effort to say, let's help these athletes. No, everybody, and when championship come around, they celebrate.
Yeah.
As soon as championship is over, nothing. So, I understand there's a lot of Jamaican that is hurt by it, and I must apologize. But at the same time,
you have to think about you.
When I get told, when I get young Ghana, if they are benefit from it, why shouldn't I? From my own talent.
All right, that was part one. So when we choose to play part two, regarding that.
There's a part two?
Yes, there's a second part. Yes. It's about less than 3 minutes.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
I have no objection to what Rajendra has said. And I believe he's talking the truth. Because I remember I saw that document from Adidas, and I don't know under what circumstances or what there was in the Puma document that bettered this Adidas document. And I'm sure a lot of athletes would have benefited had we gone for that Adidas. I know we've been a long-standing partner with Puma, and of course, you know, friendships would have been built and so on. But business is business, and what I saw, some of what I saw, if those were to bear fruit as a result of that Adidas sponsorship proposal, I'm sure a lot of the athletes who are saying a lot of things now would no longer have a need to say it, because this would really have helped track and field generally. But then again, we don't know why the J3s.
And they must have good reasons.
And but my problem with the J3s is that they don't really talk. God bless Mr. Watt, because most of the time when you want to hear anything is Mr. Watt.
Because the almost wanted was to get out of this thing today. I mean, even that.
Exactly.
Never make any sense.
Never make any sense to me. Yeah. All right. I think we have a caller. Let's go to the caller and then we continue. Caller, good evening. Welcome.
Indeed, it's a man from Plowden here.
Bless up, my brother. How are you?
Indeed, we're just seeking the settlement of an argument among us here in Plowden. When I was growing up, cricket back then was a game, upfront game. But now cricket is dying. And I saw a report today that the St. Catherine Primary School, they have in a little league there to revive it. But what the people here in Plowden are saying, that the administrators of cricket, the Jamaica Cricket Board of Control.
The Jamaica Cricket Association, no?
Cricket Association, yes. It was Board of Control when I was growing up. But what we are suggesting to them, that Sabina Park, it is so underutilized. When you have a big match, a test match coming up shortly, and I'm sure, well, I'm not bad-mouthing them, but what the people in Plowden are saying, that they're expecting a small turnout. Now, expecting this small turnout, and you have the facilities there ready. We, the people here in Plowden, are suggesting that they could fill them with primary school students, let them in free.
But they have done that. I remember the recent, I think there was some event the last time they encouraged schools to bring the kids to the Sabina Park.
Because right now here in Plowden,
for the upcoming test match. For the upcoming test match, the Cricket West Indies has declared that all school children can enter free.
Whether in Barbados, Sabina Park, all of the venues for the 3 test.
When they define children now with, under 12 students with ID or what?
Under 12.
Whatever it is, it will be kids. Primary
under
school
12.
children.
That is a good idea.
So that is already in place, as a matter of fact.
Well, there's a good thing I call, because we here in Plowden was
no, man, if you were listening to Irie, you'd have heard that even last week we spoke about it.
That is good. That is good.
Man. So that proposal is already
indeed. Well, we the people here in Plowden really endorse that.
Okay. Yeah, man. Plowden have a place in a long time ago.
Indeed, man. Indeed.
Bless up yourself. Thanks for the
Who's
call.
from Plowden? Arthur Witt?
Yes, man. He was born there, right on the school compound there.
All right.
Yeah, the man, in fact. The church,
all right. Thanks for the call. Yeah. All right. And also, so Roger, not to forget, we get back to the track and field in a while, but the Reggae Boyz are in a spot of bother.
Boy.
As far as the Gold Cup is concerned. Because
let's hope that they just rise to the occasion and do what they have to do.
It's not totally in their hands, because they could win tomorrow and still not advance.
Yes. So what is it? It's just the top 2 teams advancing
the top
to the
2 teams
quarterfinals,
from
right?
each group.
Any provisions for like best third place teams or anything?
No,
like
just
that?
the top 2 from each group advance. And
Okay.
so we have 4 more teams left to advance because I think Mexico would have
USA.
advanced already, and Costa Rica, I think, and USA and Saudi Arabia are already through.
I think Costa Rica too.
Yeah, I think I did say Costa Rica. So Jamaica need one of those other spots because, yeah, USA, Costa Rica, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia. Those are the teams that are already into the knockout round. So we have 4 more teams to go. So hopefully Jamaica from that Group C, along with probably Panama, more than likely Panama is going there as well. And then we have...
remember, Guatemala is still in with a shot too.
Yeah, Guatemala and Guadeloupe are the other 2 teams in that group. And that is a Group C. Right, and then we have the group with Canada.
Right.
Canada, Honduras, Curacao, and El Salvador. So
it's all about win or hope not to go home.
Exactly, because as I was saying, Jamaica could win and still not make it because they have identical statistics like Guatemala. So they just need to win more than if Guatemala win over Guadeloupe. You know,
so if we get the same points, we need to get better goal difference.
If Guatemala loses tomorrow, and Jamaica even a draw, that would take them 2. But if Jamaica and Guatemala win, then we'll have to outscore them. So we'll have to probably beat Panama by at least 2 or 3 goals to ensure our safety. That's not a good place to be.
Not a good place.
That is
especially against a team that we always have difficulties with.
Right. Always have difficulties with Panama.
Oh boy.
Well, but the last time I think the last time we played them, we beat them. That was at the.
We eventually got a win.
Yeah, that was the
Nations League.
Nations League 3rd place match.
Yeah.
Right. So we are going into the game with that. I don't know if we want to call it a psychological advantage.
But I would hope so.
So we are going into the game with that, and so hopefully we can get by Panama, and as I say, it still depends on what happens with the game with between Guatemala,
Guadeloupe,
and Guadeloupe. All right, so we're getting ready now for our first guest. Our first guest is supposed to be Mr. Watt, JAAA's executive. The national championships take center stage this weekend, starting on Thursday. And a lot of things are going to be happening. Mr. Watt is a member of the organizing committee and a JAAA's executive. So we should be speaking with him now to hear what the plans are for the national championships. We have Mr. Waters yet? Or we have a break? Okay, all right. So we're going to go to the break and then we come back to Mr. Watt. The program brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370. We go to the break.
Experiencing pain and discomfort from a hernia, struggling with a hard-to-heal wound or diabetic ulcer? At Hermosa Health, we specialize in providing affordable expert care for hernias and challenging wounds. Our experienced hernia repair specialists and wound care professionals are dedicated to helping you heal with personalized treatment plans tailored to your unique needs. Don't let pain hold you back any longer. Visit us today at 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios, and take the first step to a pain-free tomorrow. Call 383-2067.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is
Welcome back to Water Score here on Reggae Radio IRIF. And remember, we asked you to share with us on the program. Call the program and tell us your thoughts about all these things that are happening. The West Indies versus Australia, that series starts this week. First test on Wednesday in Barbados, right?
Yes.
Yes, first test in Barbados at the Kensington Oval on Wednesday. Remember the third test, the first day and night game in Jamaica, I think. And
Yes.
also, there will be 2 games this week at Sabina Park to test the new lights.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
The all Headley
Tomorrow
Cup
and
versus
on
the Grey
Wednesday
Shield.
in regards to the top rural, the all Headley Cup team against the all
Grey Shield team.
Grey Shield team. They're playing a 50 overs and a 20 overs game, testing the lights at Sabina Park.
Yes, just to test the lights to see what they are made of and see how they will work out as we.
They sent out the list today. We should be having it.
The list for the teams?
Yes.
Okay.
They have sent it out.
Okay. All right, so we're going to be joining Mr. Watt in short order. But just before we go there, though, Roger, we also will be looking forward to the West Indies women's cricketers. Well, they won a test series for the first time in a long time.
Yes, against South Africa.
Beat up South
the
Africa.
T20 series today. They coming from behind. They leveled the series on Sunday and then produced a comprehensive win today. First series win since 2013. Haley Matthews said the victory signifies there's some progress. So
wow. Yeah, well,
let's see.
You have to call it that because when was the last time the West Indies women won a series?
Yeah, they have been getting a lot of beaten in recent times, you know. So
the Reggae Girls squad is to be announced tomorrow. Remember, the Reggae Girls coming up against World Cup runners-up England on the 29th of June. That game is going to be at the Leicester City Stadium. Yeah.
Yes.
Was that where the Reggae Boyz were recently? No, Brentford. They were at Brentford. Okay, so the squad is to be announced tomorrow.
Let it not be said that the Reggae Girls are not getting quality opposition.
I mean, you played the USA earlier this month. I know and the USA is still ranked number 1, right?
Yes, they are ranked number 1.
And you're playing the runners-up from the last World Cup.
From the World Cup.
In this encounter, when is it? The 29th is when? I think some Saturday or Sunday. I think.
Right, and earlier this year they had a series against Peru, which they won.
They won both games in Peru, yes. And they've been playing games. They've been active.
Yes,
I wonder if the coach is all right again now.
Good opposition.
Yeah, I wonder if the coach is all right now because the last 2 matches he was absent. I wonder where that situation is now. So we expect him to be back in action. Probably have to do some checks to find out. Well, maybe he's going to be announcing the team tomorrow. But he did announce the team the last time and then he wasn't at the games. So let us see what happens with that. And when we talk to Mr. Watt in short order, we should be getting some more information with regards to those teams that have not qualified as yet for the World Relays. All right? So in the meantime, we take a call. Caller, good evening.
Good night. Sir, what are you? How are you?
We're doing well, man. How are you?
Okay, the girl, you know the girl can do better.
Which girl?
The Reggae girl, the West Indies,
the cricketers?
They played the cricket match today.
Well, they're improving. As the captain
they can
has
do
said.
better, man.
I think so too.
Just like the West Indies, they can play better too.
Yes.
Yes.
We're expecting them to do better as we go along.
Huh?
We're expecting them to do better as we go along, don't we?
Yeah. So when they start up against Australia.
Yeah, that is a man.
Okay. You see, where West Indies women is concerned, you know, you see, if we can get some other cricketers coming up to the level of a Haley Matthews, then we will be able to. And we start to see some signs with some Shimeen Campbell, Quiana Joseph,
Rashada
stepping up, and Chanel Henry establishing herself as one of the premier all-rounders now. She was out and out pace bowler, but
Caller, turn off your radio.
Very well in recent times.
Okay.
Turn off your radio, caller.
Okay.
So if we can get some players coming up, even said 3/4 to the level of Haley Matthews, then we should be competitive in short order.
So I hope West Indies try the best for this weekend they're starting up.
That's the first test.
Yeah, the first test and the last test in the Caribbean.
Yeah, man. The third test is in Jamaica.
Oh, the light and everything.
And the T20s start in Jamaica too.
Okay.
Big up yourself and thanks for the call.
I wish him all the best. What one thing I want to go on the football match? What do you think about tomorrow?
What we think about tomorrow? Well, Jamaica will be. It's going to be an uphill battle for Jamaica.
They have to go extra mile. They have to score. I mean, not a close range, but maybe say 3 or 4 goals.
Well, hopefully they can get at least 3.
And hold the turn to them way, because
yeah, if we score 3 goals and our 4 goals, I don't think we need to be looking over the Guatemala.
And net front rate and whatever.
Big up yourself. Thanks for the call.
Anyway, good night to the staff of Iverson and the operator.
Thank you very much on their behalf. Yeah, bless up. All right, what if we have Mr. Watt with us now? We have Mr. Watt now? Mr. Watt, good evening and welcome, sir. Mr. Watt, you there? That's weird giving me some signal, but I'm not quite sure. No, we don't have Mr. Watt as it. All right. So we'll continue to take some calls if we have more calls.
Remember, we still have that second part that he said something that I think we need to hear too, you know. So
okay, they can give us the second part. It's at the same location.
Yeah, man, same location.
All right, give us the second part now, Wade, of Rajendra Campbell.
And just remember, it is courtesy of Coach's Desk.
Coach's Desk to the interview.
And as you don't know, said they at least they have gone radio silent now. So.
Yeah, nobody not speaking to mainstream media.
Right, so
why they feel more
comfortable with.
They feel more comfortable talking to the bloggers. All right.
Yes.
I was trying to get to Rajendra myself, but not successful.
Yeah.
All right. You ready with part 2, Wade?
This is structure track and field in Jamaica. Usain Bolt, Usain Bolt and Bob Marley have done so much for the brand of Jamaica. Majority tourism is because Usain Bolt and Bob Marley. Usain Bolt is not a national hero. Bob Marley is not a national hero.
Yeah, entertainment and
Jamaica doesn't know to capitalize on what we have. If it was US know how to market. Most countries know how to market and what they have. Jamaica, we are so accustomed of getting result without investment, we become blacker basic. And that is as a result of what's going on. Jaden Hibbert got injured, you know? Nobody check on him and see this how his recovery is doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stone now going to play football. They make it sound like, say, you know, the man, the federation came out and say, you know what, we know you're going to stay in Jamaica. Half of us was heading out the sport.
Okay.
You know, so it's like, I heard of so much rumors, but...
Do you have any idea why you have not been contacted to be given a sponsor, knowing that the J3 is a Puma-sponsored association?
This is a very interesting topic, because I believe that if you're a national sponsor, you sponsor a national team, you should prioritize our athletes, all right? That's just common sense, all right? I believe that Adidas has made more push to sponsor Jamaican athletes than Puma has. They have no interest in throws. That's what I was told.
Okay.
All right. So imagine national sponsor. The next thing about switching to Puma, this to the match problem. You get offer 40 million over 8 years. All right. There are details of contract that goes towards athletes, that goes towards development program. If there was a switch out necessary, obviously they're going to cover whatever their other contract is doing. They're going to cover it. What that proves to me is that they're more care about their life to the sponsor and not their life to the country. You know, so in that sense, they make the decision kind of easy. It's a maths problem. They give you a contract and a structure to better have the country, and you choose against that. And the thing is that though, no statement was made about it. Nothing was made about it. Everything, there needs to be some transparency in how sports is managed in Jamaica. And until that happens, I believe more athletes will leave.
All right.
Wow. Wow.
Sir, what he's saying is a common thread with all sporting organizations in Jamaica. It's like every sportsman in Jamaica have the same thing to say about their governing body. But
Yeah.
why? Sometimes it's not totally the governing body still, but I
True.
feel
True.
though, in this
I
case.
today we played it earlier. The JAAA president, Chris Amuda, he said he's imploring that the National Sports Council be reconvened because issues like this could have been addressed, because he made reference to the fact that it was out of the National Sports Council the birth of the insurance, life insurance, health insurance was born.
And those are massive steps. Those are really
right.
significant.
And he said the same studies and the strategies and the studies that they and look at other models in different countries. The same strategy could have been used in other areas, including what the athletes are now having an issue with.
And based on the fact that there are athletes, and these same athletes before, offers were made to them and they turned it down, means that anybody can just come and just take them, because they still want to be participating and competing for their country. But when the going get tough, boy, them have to cut. A good time to join Mr. Ludlow Watt, the J3's executive. Mr. Watt, good evening and welcome, sir.
Good evening, all. Good evening.
What a long day it has been for you.
Yes, that is par for the course, sir.
But you are made up of the material to deal with these circumstances, right?
Yes, sir. If you place yourself in a situation, you have to deal with everything. Everything.
Because you are here to speak with us about the national championships coming up this weekend, and I'm sure there are lots of things that you want to tell us about it. But we were on the topic of the situation with athletes switching allegiance, and anything that you want to say about the situation as it is now?
Well, what I would like to say is that this is not the first athletes have sought transfers of allegiance. And, it certainly will not be the last.
For sure.
And this is the reality. But from our federation point of view, is that we have a job to build, and we cannot be seen as victims. But what I would like to say, if we never had the quality in terms of the development that we have provided, there would have been no people seeking or athletes getting offers, or people trying to take away our athletes. I would say we'll never be able to provide all the resources. And I know that we are doing our best we have to in the circumstances. Our job.
There's one major point though, Mr. Watt. And while the document was not made public officially, a lot of persons saw that document with regards to the proposal put forward by Adidas, and it had a lot of incentives for athletes and for Jamaican track and field. But it was not chosen, and the J3s went back with Puma. But it has never been explained publicly as to what caused the J3 to have not accepted those glorious subjects in that proposal and took the Puma one.
I honestly cannot speak on this matter, but I would also like
there are some people, as somebody said, that India is trying to build their program, and they are improving immensely.
Mm-hmm.
But what they did, they went across the world and sought coaches to build their program with Indians as their athletes. Some people may do a different route. So I'm saying to you, there are certain issues that
about it being certified. So we would want to know if it is certified now heading into the national championships.
Yes, she has entered. The Clunis has entered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about the track and whether it is certified or not now.
I've heard some comments being made, and I'm not certain of if I'm not certain what is the real situation. But I believe, though, if the thing is, if a world record is broke, I think it would be held, the result to be held in abeyance until when the track is certified. Because I'm not sure, but I heard some.
No, but if the track is not certified, it couldn't be. It couldn't
no, but if it's not being not certified does not mean that when you certify it, it won't be certified. It's not within the specification.
Under normal circumstances, Mr. Watt, when there's a world record, for argument's sake, it is not ratified at the same time until after.
Correct.
But what if when the track is checked, it is not certified after that event? That record would be recognized.
If it's not, certainly it would not be recognized then. But so I'm saying to you, when I track the fact that it is not certified at this particular moment, it does not mean that when it is checked later on, it does not necessarily mean that it won't be certified. But we won't know. So what would happen if somebody breaks a rail record and say yes, and they would then now go and check the track to see, do a certification, and then the determining, with a view to determining whether or not that time will hold.
Any particular reason why this has not happened since the track was completed?
Well, that has to do with the stadium authorities. The stadium authorities run by Independence Park, and we have no say in terms of those aspects of the operations.
Okay, so you rent the facility.
Yes. So I've heard comments being made that it's not certified and it's going to be certified. The process has not yet started. But at this moment, we will just have to work with what we have. And hopefully, if what you said becomes a reality, the process would then start in terms of determining if it meets the qualification.
Mr. Watt, I want to say thank you very much for speaking with us tonight. As usual, always enjoy speaking with you. Let us hope
all goes well. Right.
Yeah. If there's one person, the J3 is that will come forward, is the Ludlow Watt. Thanks again, Mr. Watt.
All right. Okay, gentlemen.
Yes, one. All right,
Mr. Watt.
Yes, sir. You take care.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Watt. All right. Thanks again.
Okay.
I want to big up somebody I know in Roger. Brave man who have the Two Palms water shop or water store on Spanish Town Road at the Island Breeze Plaza. Big up yourself, brave man. Yeah, man. Two Palms water store, Island Breeze Plaza on Spanish Town Road, right? I think it's shop number 2 in there. Number 2, brave man. All right. Okay, so where we go now, Roger?
Yes, I saw a report today that body snatcher Mike McCollum, that the autopsy has still not yet been performed, and so no word yet as to any form of arrangement in terms of funeral or anything like that. So, we're still waiting to hear, how that go. Where Mike McCollum, the late Mike McCollum, how things will proceed, where his burial and so on is concerned, funeral and so on.
Okay, and I see where your brethren look like him in a little problem now again in the Phoenix All Stars Academy.
What happened though? Because you have to keep the
you're playing in the Center Division 1 competition. And then they're using players from Veer United in the Center Division 1 competition. You remember we had a problem with like that a few weeks ago in the Jamaica Premier League when it was said that Mount Pleasant, they were using players playing in the Premier League that were playing in another competition. But Mount Pleasant, that it was ruled that the club did nothing wrong.
It's a long time without hear from Danny Dread, you know. I mean,
so it looked like we're legitimizing that process now because see, right in center again, Phoenix playing with players who played in the Premier League, and when I look back at the protest that was lodged by Cavalier, it was basically saying you can't have players playing in 2 different competitions in one transfer period. So
and the transfer period is not yet activated.
Right. So they played in the Premier League and now they're playing in the Centre and Division 1. So I figure something going to happen. So we will
and pull a skank despite them rank.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's 7-0. Them drop on the team, you know, team name, Next Generation. 7-0.
Boy.
Yeah, man. All right. I think we have a voice note. Let us go to the voice note. I think Wade is ready with the voice note. Let's see what's...
Roger, Robert, Dwight Fraser, Wade Brown, and to the rest of the panel. And big up everybody down at RFM, Irie, the whole world of Cry, Run Road Boss, Froggy. I just make a know, sir. I check in and big up everybody out there in the sporting world. Anybody who take part in the sports and the sports, big up on yourself. Yeah, and about the run of them, because running not easy, you know. Plus, the whole heap of blood test them or you have to take on them thing there. It's not easy. And from you get better, you see greener grass. You have to make them move, you know, because I guess you have your family them to feed. You have your business them, you have your goals them where you set and you want to accomplish them in a different ways. So, I back them. I not sell them, I sell out them country. Them still a live about if we see them, because the end of the day, them can't. So, I know Jamaica them come from, you know. So that's my take. So big up on yourself and all the best. Irie, the water I cry. Run Road Boss, Shaggy for out of Brownstone, Orange Hill. Big up.
Big up yourself.
All right, sir.
Run Road Boss, Froggy. All right, remember you can call us, you know. I need to remind you of the numbers. 974-5043, 974-5051, 974-5079, 618-0352. Toll free, it's 888-991-4152. And the WhatsApp line is 876-838-2405. Remember, we are on YouTube, so you must like and share the video. We're going to be looking now at what is coming up with regards to the Reggae Boyz tomorrow. We have Coach David Price with us. And as usual, Coach Price will share with us his insights as to what might happen tomorrow. Coach Price, good evening, welcome.
Yeah, man, good evening, thank you. Roger, evening.
Would you say the Reggae Boyz are coming home on Wednesday?
Would I say what?
The Reggae Boyz are coming home on Wednesday. Are we going on to the quarterfinals?
Going on for their playing, yes. Unless they turn in a better performance. That's probably the best way to put it. So if the performance improves, which is needed because the game basically is a must win.
Definitely.
Then there will be, if we go off what we have seen thus far, no doubt they'll be back home on the first playing Wednesday morning.
What?
You have any hopes though of that really happening though, based on any upward movement from the first game to the second game?
Hopes of, when I say hopes, if we have any hopes of what? Them coming home?
No man, any hopes of, you know, they define the odds and going on to the quarterfinal.
Yeah,
based on what you saw in the first game and the second game.
No, based on the games that they have played so far, no. But based on what we know they are capable of, yes. So, if give us what they gave us in the other games, what we know of Jamaica sometimes is that Jamaica play to the opponent. So they will play a lowly ranked team and look like they rank lower than them.
Yes.
And then when them play higher opposition in terms of higher quality opposition, then they give a better showing. So we only can assume that, bearing in mind as well that Panama head to head is we lose more games against Panama than any other team.
One time we ever beat them.
Yeah.
I want it there, Coach Price. Let us take a call and we come back. In the meantime, just contemplate a starting team for tomorrow. Caller, good evening.
Hello.
Greetings.
Good night.
Who this?
Good night.
Oh, wait, my tone down. Simon.
Yeah,
good night, sir. Yeah, man.
Yang.
Rang. Well, I make a pull over here, right on the foot. Where you hide, my father? Mama, there, I want to tell Colossians don't park at the vehicle, you know. Don't park it up. Because right now, them hold on the toll and I want to give it back. We have to pay how much money for it, and he might disagree with me.
Lord have mercy.
Marcus, you have a show come, I'm on P-side for tell them, say, free the toll now. And that one come and Marcus show come. But quick, let me run off here so fast, because I don't have a car out there. You see? What do you know? Them find the winning side, you know, 3 Guatemala getting a Robert and I don't know why the man them. I need to talk to some people. I say, you see, like how the man them, you know, the sponsor them are going to run in, you know, and push up all them. And we got loads. And we did loads, and we come back, hold them with a lucky one. But back the Arnett ball, sir. They are big Jamaica people, them, and put back the winning side with you.
Aye.
But on the field, sir. Testing days done. Yeah, man, testing days done. We don't want to go
no testing
no more.
No experimenting now.
Yeah, really once it broke, you know, fix it. And with that 3 up in a man,
but remember, sometimes some players get injured and you have to really make some adjustment.
So we have to be after and be have to work and work to 115, right?
How much you willing buy tomorrow though?
You know, say me I got give them a 2-1. I feel I got edge, you know.
But that might have leave us coming back home.
Well, where you feel like
you have to go find some more goal. You have to go find some more goal.
No, me and them.
Yeah, man. You have to go find some more.
See, when I have a Pearl, we can see a winner, and like when I have a Mbappe or Messi yet in the program. Seeing and I don't know them going to bring out the big guns on them. And lastly, no, still, the ball of them, the runners them, we're going to Kenya.
Not Kenya, Turkey.
Thank you, boss. Thank you. I don't know the wheel that was and it just touched road, you know. So, them are the front runners, them, and them still get beaten. I don't know why.
Yeah, but them are front runner under them own right, you know, because there is for sure Jane Hebert have an Olympic medal or a world championship medal in
Stone. Victory night.
And Stone have him already.
Yeah.
Ginger get medal too. Pinnock get medal.
Pinnock.
Right. So where you feel like it, we are gonna feel it for evil Stones guy because we're right up to the brink of the when.
All right. It's not a case I say feeling it, you know. Because we have a line that is behind them, you know, in terms of, you know, waiting to. But this is unprecedented where, you know, your top elites, 4 of them one time. It's a big lick. No matter how you look at it, it's a big lick.
But Jamaica go on good because if them get called on that scale to represent for them, boy, we feel it, but we give thanks, you know, say. At least them reach a stage there. And when we want to see, you see, Rod, I don't know if I agree with Robert this morning. I said them for lengthen the grace period, like give them a 3 year sitting here, I say 5 year, Robert. Oh God,
3 years already, yeah.
If you put it up to 5 year, it will lessen.
It has to call them up.
Yeah, then nobody now go to and leave. Because it will take 5 years before you can compete for another country.
Yeah, laugh. But I ride off the corner again. Thanks for the look at time.
Yeah, man. Bless up yourself.
And that is for those who would have represented the country already. Because you might not have represented the country as a senior. And you would need no you know, you would need no time. You can't just go straight.
Go straight. All right. Bless up yourself and thanks for the call here, sir. All right. Let us take another one before we go back to Coach Price. Caller, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Bless.
Yeah.
Turn off the radio.
Let us take another one.
Yeah, man. Turn off the radio, man.
Yeah.
You not turn off the radio, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to me now. You still,
turn it off.
No, you still need to
no,
turn
you
off the
listen
radio,
to the
man.
radio, brother.
Turn
Turn it
off the
off so you
radio.
don't distract you.
All right.
Hey, from your baby, you know, me I listen to radio station, you know.
All right.
Me don't know.
Go ahead
No
now.
accident, yeah.
Yeah, my two little points for sure.
Yes.
Sammy, what do you think about Sammy have to control so much?
Powerful, man.
Eh?
Powerful.
You think him can manage?
Eh?
You think him can manage everything?
Time will tell. It look like him managing now.
No, sir. To me, it looks like him manage.
Well, make we see what go on later on.
Yeah, but, yeah, we don't want them things that from butter or something. Because too much a lot of go on in our system now. To bring down the thing even little more.
I am not in agreement with it, but, you know.
Yeah, we don't want them system now. We want the thing to go up look higher. And because too much work upon too much pressure.
Yeah. Think it is too much for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't know, Sammy has a big coach at from them time until this time. So we want to know how go on. Instead of things to get better, like to get worse.
Man, they love him and give him all the power, man.
How can I think that, man? Well, how do I deal with it? I much don't think that, man. Yes, because I say, look, we give thanks to the woman them still, so them gone this one.
Yeah.
Then they want to give him that too.
Don't be surprised if you see that happen.
That way you say what?
I never thought of it, you know.
Look like a page
but now that you mention it, it might materialize too.
It's like it's pure Jimmy Spring, the man my deal with. The man on a serious and system.
Well, the test series is coming up. And he has been thrown immediately into the deep end because you're talking about the world,
Australia,
the former world test champion, and
the
beat runners up
finalists,
just last week.
Man,
still one of the best teams in the world.
The man is some pressure, man, so wicked, man. Don't put down too much pressure. Pressure upon the man. We are making him look like him look.
Next point, you say you had 2 points.
All right. You see, remember that I talked to the man about to take care of the sports of them, the youth
yes. Yes, we can take care of the big one, then much less the small one.
You see, said thing come turn around again and show the man them.
We can't manage them.
Yeah. We need to start the thing in a right and proper way that them things are not happening, you know. So when the youth them going out, they will try to find a way to punish them and all them. So
it doesn't matter to punish them. You can't punish them.
Yeah, but we have to talk about 5 something over area and this.
No,
and
that is just to make it less lucrative for them to do that.
Yeah, but we are saying if we are look after our sports as them and we're not them things that have to happen.
Yeah, but I still think if we are even looking after them now, we can match some other countries who can look after them better.
Yeah, because you can increase where you do 100%, you know, and somebody still offer 10 times more.
Exactly, because they can afford to.
Yeah, we agree with what you're saying, but you know, to disagree. Because if the youth them get properly assistance by the system, them never go on go. That means you have said the youth them are too greedy then.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. If you're offered, if you're in the position of Ginger Campbell and you're offered US $500,000 as a sign-on, you know, throw one shot, put it, you know.
If we're comfortable, we don't know leave, man.
Okay. I hear you. I hear you.
Because comfort is a thing where...
Yeah, I know. But you still want to earn as well.
And all while you take material things, you're comfortable, you know.
I know that. But if you are comfortable with not sure where you're getting the next paycheck from, and you are offered that, and you say, boy, you're comfortable, you're not going, that is you, no problem.
But at the same thing, I say, if you them comfortable in them space.
Yeah, but if you're not able to make them as comfortable, if you're not able to make them comfortable, then they will stray.
Yeah. So at that way, I say the system needs to relate, man.
So it's not a matter of making them comfortable. You have to be able to make them comfortable.
Yeah. So if the system start good and deal with you them right and proper from small to the big.
So you think the system can make them comfortable?
Yeah, man.
Okay, like everybody who participate at champs financial reward. You did say that, you know?
Yeah, I say that.
Yeah.
so all right, just start from you. Then. Even a certificate of where them can hang up in the house and them can see it and say, yeah, from this we have start from to make them should give more interest.
So if you move it up to the high level and you offer professionals a certificate, you think that should make them comfortable?
No, I'm saying no. From you them start from that so.
Okay. All
to
right.
make them get the interest in the thing.
I get the point. I get the point you're making. I get the point.
Yeah.
Big up yourself and thanks for the call.
Yeah, man. So when you reach up there, so you find that the bigger man them now just looking at the thing and say right now, we'll start from this and we're going to make the thing comfortable. Because no place like Jamaica, you know.
No place like Jamaica. A lot of people say that, but when you go in your pocket and not come up with nothing, I mean, you will still have second.
No, man, I love that neither.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, yes, sir. Bless you.
Yeah, man. Because the man them right, man.
All
that
right.
them not to steer.
All right, my boss. Let's take another one. Caller, good evening. Caller, turn off your radio.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Ready for us now?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Talk to me.
What's your score?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Roger.
Yes, man.
Robert.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, I'm go out with, man.
Who? You tell us what's happening on your end.
All right. There, man. Give thanks to life, man. Tune in to the biggest show up on the island, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
You know, I want to touch a little bit with Darren Tommy and Mr. Shallow. Because I really think they think kind of shallow, you know. Yeah, man.
Why?
Cody did a good job, you know. Based on what you say, there was signs.
Yeah, that is a consensus shared by a lot of people.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. You could have seen it, man. You could have seen it. So, I think this decision, we kind of have at the time.
It was a strange decision.
Yeah, man.
But
up till
water
now.
under the bridge now, we were complaining is concerned. We just wait and see, you know, how.
Yeah, man.
How it work out, you know.
Look what
the results will be.
As I say, we're not to knock him it, but we are going what you are going. And without the athlete them now. Can't knock them neither, you know. No, man, part of the put on, man. Part of the put on. And you don't know a family. So, and I like you think to yourself, yeah, loyalty, yes. Patriot, yes. But I ain't like it.
I don't know if the word they really want again, you know. Loyalty thing there.
When it's spike saying up, you
know. Things come before it nowadays, brother.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't say that about nationalistic tendencies. I think people should be nationalistic. But loyalty, well, I'm not sure so that
in terms of toners and thing up, I mean, you can't say the effort was there. You know, I don't like them never.
And it's not the first them offer them either.
Yes. So, I mean, as we are saying, you have to look on the other side, you know, when the spikes hang up, you know.
Yeah. No, even before the spikes, because sometimes for you to be able to do well, you need the requisite support to be in place for you to do well.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes some athletes don't do as well as you'd want them to do, not because they don't have the talent and they don't work hard, but
definitely
there is something. Sometimes it's just even the supplement that they need and all that prevent them from making the next.
True. You know, right across the board. So there's more than one thing, you know.
People always also be trying to seek better opportunities, greener pastures, and so on, if they are not comfortable where they are now. I mean,
Sometimes
we
it's
have
not
seen
even
it at the
that.
highest
Sometimes
level.
it's not even not comfortable in, but sometimes people just want more. And I was talking with Big A today, and I said, Big A, the former Minister of Finance just get a 300% increase, And
All
by the
right.
time the next job
But
offer come, him
look at that,
gone.
eh?
And him never
So,
only have money, him have power too.
all right. So once there's opportunity, man,
So if
you
you
know,
can do
you
it,
gotta
boy,
try grab it,
political
man.
athlete them.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man. Once you arrive, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks
You
for the
can't
call
knock
here,
them for
sir.
that, man. Well, I want to look more thing, man. Reggae Boyz, man. I have to touch Reggae Boyz. Get him on 30 seconds, man. Yeah, man. Reggae Boyz. What do you think can stop it from the World Cup? Curious, sir?
No, I don't think so.
Eh?
I don't think so. The group that we're playing in now in the Gold Cup is tougher than
oh God, man.
than the group for the World Cup.
It is harder not to qualify.
Exactly.
Stick up in.
I don't want nobody tell me about no Curacao.
No man, nobody. Because based on what we see in the group, I could check that. Me see where would I say would I give you a fight?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Listen, me. I not
Everybody will
one
give
or
you a
two
fight.
match.
Everybody will give you
no
a
team
fight.
can do whatever. No
Because it's World Cup. It's World Cup. World Cup qualifiers. The games are going to ugly. It's not going to be a dark fight. But at the end of the day, Jamaica's pedigree.
If Tapa get this,
harder not to qualify.
If Tapa get this a group with this a bunch, Me not ask Christ,
Wow.
You're gone through.
So I could say
in the show about Steve.
We could watch and see.
Bless up yourself, brother.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Before we go back to David, who is putting together his starting team for tomorrow's game, we've been joined by JRDC Director Ian Galbraith, I think it is. Ian, how you doing?
Ian? Good enough. How you all doing?
Yeah, man. Bless us. Welcome and thanks for being with us. Did I get it correct? Is it Galbraith?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, great. So Dover up and running again.
Yeah, man, up and running and flying.
What can we expect? Big guns coming out?
Well, new guns, I should say. We have a lot of rivalry going on between the Honda guys and the Mitsubishi Evolutions against the Subarus. So we have really fierce competition going on right now, and you can't afford to miss it. Can tell you that.
And this is Sunday.
Sunday coming, 29.
How many races you having?
We usually have like 9 races for the day. We have 3 IP races and 3 MP races. IP is improved production, where you have a factory car that you put a roll cage in it and you improve it, make the brakes better, make the engine better, the gearbox better. Modified production, which is MP, is where you actually change something, like you may run a Honda engine in a Toyota, or you may take out the factory gearbox and use a Motorsports racing gearbox. You're actually changing how the car came from the factory, fundamentally. So to make the car faster, a lot of these cars have limitations. That depends on the manufacturer, depends on the chassis, depending on the powertrain, or the drivetrain, I should say, if it's rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. So we have a class where you can change a car and make it as best as you can with the knowledge you have or the resources you have, and then you come compete and see who gets the crown.
The categories that you have, I'm not sure if you still having those championship events where so drivers accumulate points and so on. Is that still in place? And
yes, that's in place. We have a championship running, and we just had our prize giving just after the last race meet in April. And yes, the championship is for the classes is in high contention, and the racers are all gunning for the championship. That's everybody's goal. Everybody's trying to maximize the points they can get and minimize the attrition. They're trying to save the cars. They're trying to be reliable, because it's not always the fastest car win.
True. It's a better driver. What are some of the category leaders that you have heading into Sunday?
What's that? Again?
What are some of the category leaders that you have heading into Sunday? If you can recall it.
Yes, let me see. So in the MP4 category, we have Rouge Messier. He's leading that category at the moment.
Related to the lady driver?
No, her dad.
Okay.
She's not competing this year, or because I think she's overseas or competing in something overseas. So her father's since piloted the car, and he's there leading that MP4 championship. In MP3 we have Xander Williams, newcomer last year, rookie last year, and he's started off strong this year. So he's a hot contender at MP3 class. That's a very popular class, and that's where a lot of the young guns start out, and go to become the great ones. We have MP2. Marlon Robinson is leading that class. MP1, Dan Gilbert is leading that class.
Okay.
Right. Then you have IP now, improved production. Kevin Truck is in the lead of that. In that championship. Kevin Truck, he drives a Nissan. So I think it's a 200 SX, right? The 240 SX. In IP2 we have Kyle Mays. He drives Mitsubishi Mirage, Honda powered. And in IP1 we have Aaron Mullings leading B-Mul Auto. He drives a BMW.
So will there be any motorbike races?
No, we don't have any motorcycle racers this meet, and the motorcycle guys kind of out of the race, they're trying to build back their club. Hopefully by the end of the year we see them come back.
Okay. What time the action starts on Sunday?
Action starts at 9 a.m. Gates open at 7. In the mornings we warm up the cars and do test runs. By 9 o'clock qualifying will start. 9:30 qualifying will start. And I guess the first big race I think starts
usually at 10.
Probably about 10, 11.
Okay. So we must come out early.
Yes, come out early. It's a whole day event. Usually we finish by 5 o'clock. The last race we finish earlier. Just after 4. But there's a lot of exciting races and the classes run off. These cars are fast and we get through the heats. And it's a real experience that a lot of people don't get to have. And we ask that people who haven't been there before, just come and see. Just come and enjoy.
What about the format? The format of this event.
In terms of what?
In terms of you spoke about heats and so on.
Well, okay. Maybe heats is the wrong way to put it. We have races where the format would start, as I said, we have a warm up in the morning,
and then qualifying.
And then we have the qualifying runs. So in the qualifying runs now we will have the IP class, the MP class, and the Super Street. As I failed to mention that the Super Street now is that class where cars, street legal cars, can come and they compete in their own class, right? It's regulated by time, so they can't go too fast for safety reasons, and we are qualified. That tells who's going to start the first race, in front, and then after that race is run, then you'll have a IP race first, right? And then you'll have the Super Street race after, because many of the IP racers, some of them also race in the MP race. So we give the other Super Street guys, right? Give the IP guys some time to rest, to cool off the cars, to refresh them, service them, whatever, and then they enter the MP race. And then after the MP race is run now, we have a bigger break, like a lunchtime, and then the guys recuperate and check the cars again, and then we go out to racing again.
In terms of the number of meets that you have at Dover for the year, where is that number now? It's still 4, 5, 6, 7?
No, it's only 4. Okay. It's only 4. April, June, as you know, this Sunday. We'll have one in October, and we'll have one in December.
Oh, so you have 2 more to go after Sunday for the year.
Yes.
How much will it cost me to get into Dover for this excitement?
Okay. Well, it's $2,000 the general admission, right? $6,000 if you decide to come in the pit area where you can see the race cars. You know,
if you want to go up at the top where you see all of the race, right? The whole race.
Well, if you want to go into the towers and things, we have a VIP cost of 15,000.
Okay.
But the Dover is situated, how the land is. Most of the spectators in the general admission, they're on the top of the hill.
Right.
They have the best view right there. You know?
But they don't see when they come around the back.
Well, that is true. The tower gives you some coverage there. You know, but most of the action happens on the front.
On the front there, right?
Right, and I mean, you'll have times where the patrons will
run from one end to the other end.
just to see what goes on.
All right. Sound like it will be exciting.
I noticed though, I noticed that some familiar names that we used to hear over the years. Is there a change in other guard where the sport is concerned?
Yes, that's exactly what is happening. Times change, things change, cars change. You know, people have they have children, sons and daughters, and now
they pass it on.
They pass it on. You know, a lot of the old guards, you know, they have their sons. You know, Mr. Bezir has his daughter, and they were all racers in the past, and they are now the new racers here. You know, that's just how it is, and it's a dynamic sport where you're not always on top. You know, there'll always be somebody, they're trying to chase and gun down and make sure that, their car is faster, or, they finish that race first. So that's what makes the racing exciting. That's what's good about this time. No, you have to come to watch race because you don't know who will win.
Right.
You know, there was a time when you could call the names of the top drivers.
Yeah.
And you know for sure.
Yeah, you know for sure that the winner is coming from that group.
Right.
Right. Or that. You know. Right now we have a fierce competition in the IP class where we have 5 cars that are very equal pace. They are different cars, and I mean most of them are evolutions, but different year, different models, right? And the Subaru. And they are all in contention. You know, the fastest guy doesn't always win, and it's so competitive that the patrons, when we go into the crowd and ask the patrons, they're picking their favorites and they're betting money because they all have an equal chance.
Yes.
You get me? They're going to say it's the red car or the blue car or the green car. And they all have an equal chance. And that's what makes the racing so exciting now. Because you don't know who's going to win.
And of course, on Sunday, it will be no less exciting. So we implore everybody to come out Sunday. A minimum of $2,000 get you all this excitement at Dover on Sunday. So it's always a race at Dover, not on the road.
Yep, race at Dover, not on the road.
Thank you very much, Ian. All the best for Sunday.
You guys take care. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. All right, David Price. So the starting team for tomorrow now. From a David Price perspective, Reggae Boyz. All right, talk to me.
Breaking goal. I guess that's the most obvious one.
The what?
King. No, I'm saying that's the most obvious one. Breaking goal.
Okay, everybody can pick that one.
Yeah. Now go with King pin up. Bringing back Lembikisa because of the attacking intent we're going to need in the game. Can't draw the game, the game just can't be close. But we finish with the lineup and we can talk about the coach. But Lembikisa right back. But I bring in Greg Lee. Amari Bell. The role, I don't know if it's an instruction. But to me, Amari Bell not really do much in the game, Don't take risk going high. It's like we play with 10 people.
Yeah.
So Greg Lee, more presence, and in a midfield, I think we'll have start on this. That's the guy we're bringing him. Come on,
Caroy.
Yeah. So we'll go with Anderson, John Russell, John Russell, probably Palmer, just for the run.
Easy Palmer.
Panama is a running team. Would I start Graham Bailey outside? Would I bring in Cephas for this game? Because I think what is happening is that since the Unity Cup, the teams have been scouting us and just play a little deeper against people like Cephas. So it basically nullified the pace. So you want some more dynamism. So would I start Graham and Bailey with Warner Brown up front? But strategy-wise, this is really my challenge.
You think Leon Bailey has turned the corner? He had a good game the last match.
No, sir. Turn the corner is a term we use with West Indies. Our longest corner in our world.
A roundabout, man.
We don't reach. Let us just take it game by game. And give you a good first half in the game. Then
should have scored.
Boy, if that long range shot had scored, boy,
my goodness,
that would have gone on as one of the Pushcast nominees.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But at least he must show good vision and intent. My challenge, as I said before, is I don't think the issue is the player pool per se. I think we have enough players to what Jamaica can find now that can beat anybody in CONCACAF. I think is the approach of the coaches, and apart from the team selection, is just the tactics, in-game tactics. And if you look at the team, to me, Mudasa Al Grimson is the one who Mudasa really moved the team in a different from a mold where it looked like the same team from 10, 15 years ago, no matter who's playing. But
you have some people who feel say, no, David, you have some people who feel say, boy, we not see not progress, we just kick the football, but we not play the football.
I agree with that, though,
The truth is, in some games, that is exactly what happened. In some games, we just are kicking football with this. In other words, everybody dribbling. There is no clear plan from how they play. Not to say the coach is not a plan, but we're not saying. My thing is, in the Guatemala game, World Cup we're talking about. Because remember, we were analyzing the World Cup qualifier to say that Guatemala basically were qualified already and rest. Well, we didn't say 6. They make 9 changes coming into the goal game. So they didn't offer much in the stadium. And so it gave an opportunity for start get a sense of hope. Probably was sort of this guys based on the fact that the opponents never offer much. When we came to the goal, the team planned for us based on how we have been looking in the last 4 games. I never see my coaching staff try to adapt. I never see my coaching staff try tactically to do so. It's like we show like we can't do nothing else.
We have a plan B, basically.
Right. So I am saying no. Remember, we did talk about Isaac Hayden with the plan B, but get that out of the way. I am saying no. We are going through the wing of them. Leon Bailey Cephas. Them nullify that. Them play 3 defender inside against Warner. So them nullify the 1 strike. So I am saying, I expect now my coaching staff to ask the wing of them now to squeeze inside and start use the wing back. So you outnumber them in front of the goal. Remember, the one chance I really create is when Lembikiza come on in square one ball and Ethan Pinnock almost scored. So the point
Guatemala game,
you change to using your wing back now, so you overload. Them can defend it deep because the wing back coming from far. Keep 3 men in front of the goal so the wing of them come inside. So that when you find out you occupy the central people who already are playing deep. Lose that way. Remember, I know that is not a guarantee so we are winning. Right. But at least the coaching staff
You make it
say
more
them can do
competitive.
something else.
You
That
can't
is my
them are think.
Give them something else to think
out the
about.
game.
yeah.
Mm.
And it, well, me not believe say I think they're not thinking, maybe they're not think nothing else. But the point is you have to show that the team can be flexible, the team too obstinate. Like it's just one week. The team have to be a little more dynamic in terms of are we just too predictable? So Panama tomorrow, the good thing about Panama is Panama not going to come cagey or trying to contain us or trying to part the bus. Panama come to play ball. I expect to try. I think that will work in the favor
because they're not guaranteed either. So
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
And they can very
highly
well be
unlikely,
eliminated.
but
too.
not impossible. Because if Jamaica win and Guatemala win, by particular,
Guatemala would have to win 6.
by
and if Guatemala wins
so
6,
it is highly
Jamaica
unlikely,
drop out.
but not impossible.
Yeah.
All right.
Because Jamaica not going to win by no 3-goal, 4-goal mark. So even if we win tomorrow, it will be a close game, 2-1, 2-0, 1.
So finally, David, how optimistic are you about this Jamaica team going up against Panama tomorrow?
To be honest, as I said before, Robert, going off ability, then can go through. Going off performances so far in the Gold Cup, them are come home. That's the best way we can put it. Going off ability and the patriotism and the hope and the faith, and we are going to pray tonight and all of that. They can, because as I said before, we know that them change how them standards are based on the opponent. Going off the history of this tournament so far, Guatemala never beat we yet, Guatemala beat.
Yeah, exactly.
And all of this up there we have to live off.
Yeah. So,
so if you reach to that stage of desperation, you must know how dismal the chances are. Because put it this way. Put it this way. Guatemala and Guadeloupe going off the farm in the group, we would expect Guatemala to beat Guadeloupe. But Guadeloupe, based on how them play overall, that game they could draw. Honestly, I feel like that game they're gonna draw.
That's my
which is what
they want to live with something.
Yeah. But I remember if Guadeloupe beat
Guatemala. All Jamaica need is a draw.
Guatemala only have 3 points. If Guatemala have 3 points, we have 3 points. Panama have 6 points. So if Guatemala if Guadeloupe beat Guatemala come at 3, and we lose to Panama, Guadeloupe have a chance to go. So the point is, I think them go enjoy.
All right.
I think them go enjoy.
David
and
Price.
Then we know any win at all would have good enough. So that's how Mr.
All right. Thanks again, David. Let's see how your analysis works out this time around. All right. Let's see if you keep on top. Thanks again. Always a pleasure, man.
All right, David.
All right. I think we have some callers. Quickly, we're going to be speaking with the boxing board president this weekend. Boxing coming up, but let's take a call before we go to the president, the boxing board president. Caller, good evening. Welcome. Caller.
Good evening.
Welcome.
The squad that Jamaica used down in England in the Unity Cup and beat Panama the first time in them life.
Say that again.
The team that Jamaica Reggae Boyz used down in England and will come third in the Unity Cup. Is it they still have all those players down over America in the squad now too?
No, not all of them. Remember, they had to submit the preliminary squad of 60 before the for the Gold Cup from before.
A month in advance.
So a player like what the midfielder name? Ravel Morrison. Who played at the Unity Cup would not be in this squad.
All I have to do. I would suggest they can win the game go back to all the players that there now who play in the Unity Cup along with Antonio, and we can get a miracle beat back Panama for the second time in history.
Miracle.
We can win the game, but we have to bear in mind a better opponent. We're gonna play a whole lot better. Reggae Boyz, I would like them win, even if them do advance in the Gold Cup. But I like them win because it will some psychological advantage, boosting them going back to the World Cup playoff. Because
it's a long time that the Reggae Boyz have not been eliminated from the Gold Cup at the first round. You know, long time. You know,
from about 2013, 15.
No, 2015 they went to the final.
Yeah, so
I think the previous one.
Yeah, so it's a lot of good it can do for us. And I heard somebody say something pertaining towards the World Cup. Honestly speaking, I don't see Reggae Boyz out of this World Cup with 26.
Well, it's hard to see them out of it at this point, you know. It is difficult to see them not being a part of the World Cup this time.
Definitely, it will be so difficult not seeing
them. The question is how can not see them the World Cup?
Well, to be honest, you know, all teams, the 4 teams, you know, are coming to play to clinch the first or second spot. But we know Reggae Boyz are playing the 2 spots. And if Reggae Boyz don't make this World Cup, to be honest, we have to start behind football because it's one of the easiest World Cup to go to.
On paper, it is one of the easiest. Anyway, Virgin, we have to run. Thanks for the call here, sir.
Okay.
Respect and thanks again. Stephen Bama Jones, the president of the Jamaica Boxing Association. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. Always a pleasure listening to your program, and thank you for having me.
Yes, man.
Hi,
so, boxing coming up this weekend again.
Yeah, but one quick thing before the actual preview to what is coming up, Bama. Mike McCallum, what can you tell us about, you know, anything in regards to, you know, anything where Mike McCallum is concerned at this moment?
Memorial service and so on.
Anything at all? Any knowledge where you have?
In terms of honoring Mike McCallum or?
Anything, just anything.
So, no, Mike McCallum continues to be a conversation on a board level in terms of everything that we're doing from our meetings, from our press launch, from the show that we have, and going forward is we have to pay homage. We want to make sure that we recognize him, and we want to ensure that his legacy continues. What he's given to the sport of boxing in Jamaica cannot be, we cannot allow his passing for his memory to go with it. You know, so the fact is that it's been recent. So anything with boxing now, we definitely pay our respects, have our moments of silence, and honor him in terms of any public speaking and offerings that we'd have. But what we want to do is make sure that we come with something proper too in the future, whether or not it is we have a memorial tournament, a tournament in honor of his name, or whether it is that we do get into other things that have been thrown around. You know, we are definitely pushing for school boxing. So whether or not we have a most valuable boxer in a tournament named after him or something like that. So we are in conversation to see what best comes up that we can in which we can use to honor him and his name and his legacy.
Great.
Okay.
All right. So this weekend now, tell us about what is in store.
So we've been having Boxing Monthly at Stanley Cup Gym, where we've been having the Futures program, which is an initiative born from the Gloves Over Guns initiative, where the grassroots boxers compete on the same platform as our elite national boxers, those that want to represent us internationally, to our young pros that want to have a platform to become the next Mike McCallum. So we've been having boxing once a month since last October. And so what the idea is to have the best separate themselves from the rest, and then the Fight Night series, which is the flagship program sponsored by Ray and Nebby as our main sponsor. That program we carry around the island to different communities, we want to showcase the best boxers of the Futures tournament that we've been having. So this is the return of the Fight Night series, the first in what should have been one of four, and it's supposed to be all things going well. Then each year we'll have from either June, July, depending on when the date ends in the summer, till about September, October, a show once every 5 weeks leading up to October, and this is the first of the four. So having it at Ferdinand Park in Portmore, and we have, like I said, the best of our grassroots boxers, the best of our national elite boxers, those that we hope to carry us to the Olympics in 2028, and then we have 2 pro fights on it, with those that we believe that can have.
For this,
tell us about the matchups. The matchups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The matchups.
Yes.
Okay, so we have the pro matchups. Basically, we have Jizir and Heron fighting Dwayne Lawrence, and that's a grudge match. And Heron is a very determined young fighter who has been making a name for himself, because especially his last fight, he had a spectacular knockout which kind of went viral around the island. And so although his fight is the penultimate fight before the main event, which will be Steve Kernan against Jermaine Bowen, the energy and the feedback from what we're getting from the public is that they're looking to see Ironman Heron fight again. So those will be the 2 pro fights, and then we have 6 amateur fights where several of the gyms, they Fit Like a Fighter gym out of Portmore, and JDF, and the Olympic Gardens, Sugar Olympic Knockout Gym, and Mo Bay Gym, will make up the undercard for the amateurs.
So overseas boxers are involved?
There's one boxer from Florida coming down, the one boxer from Florida and a female from Cayman. The one female fight we have, a female from Cayman coming down to take on a female out of JDF.
Remind us of the time.
The gates open at 6 p.m. First fight will be 7, so it should be from about 7 to probably 11:30.
Okay. Well, we look forward to that. And so this is the first of 4?
First of 4 for the Fight Night series, yes.
All right. So all the best, Mr. President, as we look forward to the series of fights. And is it Rare Navy sponsored, right?
Yeah. Rare Navy Fight Night series.
Right, Rare Navy Fight Night
series. Is we have some other sponsors on board, but the Fight Night, the flagship, the main sponsor is Rare Navy.
Rare Navy. Thanks again for speaking with us.
Yeah, man.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, good.
All right.
I think we still have some callers. Let us see if we can get in 1 or 2 before we go. Caller, good evening. Caller? Oh, they're gone. Any voice notes? Wait. More voice notes? I think we have. All right, so let us grab another voice note before we go.
Yeah, night again, Roger. Robert.
Yeah, man, bless up.
Roger from out of the east checking in now. Well, me can say when Jamaica back against the wall, Jamaica perform better, So we're supposed to see a better game tomorrow. And hopefully we can get a 3-1 win from the boys.
But we know a clean sheet.
But all me can say, if them don't win, I'm supposed to back on the plane coming Wednesday morning sharp. Yeah, Roger, checking out.
Wow.
All right, sir.
Well,
we just have to just hope that we just produced one of those performances like what we're doing. You remember we go to Nicaragua a couple years ago? You remember that match there when boy Nicaragua come here and beat me and we have to go down there and win?
We have to go down there and win. My goodness.
I remember a match against it. I think it was El Salvador.
El Salvador that came back here. That we beat here. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
but
and a match in El Salvador too. We have to go down there. We had to win. The first time we won on Central American soil.
Okay, but I am still optimistic that this is a feat that can be achieved by Jamaica, because despite Panama being our bogey team, The last time we beat them. Regardless of how tough it was to beat them. But at the end of the day, when you look at the result, now you see Jamaica 1, Panama 0. So let us hope we can get it done this time because we have to do it. And as I said, we can still do it and still not advance to the next round. But let us hope so that we get through. And then it would mean that we would probably play on Sunday or Saturday because the quarterfinals will be played on Saturday and Sunday. So Mexico against the guest team, Saudi Arabia, on Saturday as one of the matches. And then the USA against Costa Rica in the other quarterfinal match. Just yesterday, the USA won 2-1 over Haiti.
I was watching that match against Haiti, boy, and boy, Haiti was so unfortunate. But,
yeah. And then Mexico and Costa Rica played to a draw. And then the Saudi Arabia Trinidad match was another exciting one because Trinidad got it in the final seconds of the match to win. You know. Although I think if they had scored, they would have VAR would have ruled it an offside. But that ended 1-1, and then Suriname and what was it again? Dominican Republic, that ended goalless. That was neither here nor there. Yeah. So Guatemala against Guadeloupe tomorrow. Panama against Jamaica.
And the games will be played at the same time. So
right, and then you also have Canada against El Salvador, and Honduras against Curacao. So
and
the
it's
4
6
winners
o'clock Jamaica
tomorrow
time.
will advance. Well, the 4 teams from tomorrow's matches will advance to
6 o'clock, 6 p.m.
Yes,
match time.
Yeah, and the other games are 9 o'clock. All right? Okay, so that's about the time we have for tonight. The debate will continue with regards to
certainly
the switching of allegiance. And then there's also going to be more about the Reggae Boyz. The Oklahoma City Thunder, Roger.
Yes.
Won the NBA.
Yeah, OKC, the first time since the franchise went to Oklahoma. They remember they were the original Seattle Sounders.
Seattle Sounders, yes. So.
Yeah, and boy, but this OKC team though, there was something special about them. Yeah,
so
man. I mean,
congratulations.
you and them will be in a close game, you know, and then in no time they have a 15-20 point lead.
Well,
you know.
that happened last night.
I don't know. I've never ever seen a team like this yet. But yeah.
Well, we just have time to say thanks to our listeners, to our viewers. I want to say thank you for sharing the time with us and watching and listening. I want to say very special thanks to our very special guest, Mr. Ian Galbraith, who is a director at the Jamaica Race Drivers Club. We also want to say thanks to Mr. Ludlow Watt, the treasurer at the JAAA and a member of the organizing committee for the national championships, the man who will always step up and speak when everybody else don't want to. Coach David Price also shared with us. We say thank you to Coach Price. And of course, the president of the Jamaica Boxing Association, Stephen Balmer Jones, spoke with us with regards to the upcoming Red Navy Fight Nights this weekend. Also, want to say thanks to our technical operator, DJ Collision. Also want to say thanks to Peter Broadber. I still don't know what we call Peter yet, you know. He say, what we call Peter? He's a man who makes sure that we are out there on social media and YouTube. He makes sure we are connected visually on the internet, YouTube and all the works. I don't know what else he had us on tonight. And we also want to say thanks to Shaquille Gale, who I don't know if he enrolled neither, but everybody was here assisting. And one thing we can say, that Wade Brown and Dwight Fraser were our producers, and we say thanks to them. I want to say thanks also to our sponsor, Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370. My name is Robert Williams.
And I'm Roger Hasfeld.